Hey guys, so today we're gonna create my first look with this BYOP for summer that I've created. If you wanna see that video, I will link it down below and in the little card. But for today, there's kind of like a lot of things that we can do. What I think I wanna play with is I have like one look prepared with like the blues, yellows, and whites. So what I think I'm gonna do today is, well, that's the question. What am I gonna do today? I think I'm gonna start with this pink shade. So this one, which is called Cozy from the, how was it called? Full Magic. And I've already primed my lids with the Wet n Wild Mega Last Eyeshadow Primer. And now we're just gonna use this shade in the like inner half of the crease. And we should get different palette for the mirror, because this palette, this magnetic palette that I have here does have a mirror. It's just not a very good one. So yeah, we're just gonna use it in the inner part to start up the crease. And I love these unearthly shades, like they're so extremely good and nice to blend with. Then right next to it in the second half, I'm gonna use this deeper purple, like very vibrant purple, which is from the Night Terror palette, and this one is called Movie. I'm just using the same brush, which is the Singe EO6, and I'm just gonna use that in the outer part. This one is like a super vibrant, almost like a Halloweeny purple, but I just really like those, and they just kind of remind me of just like fun nights. And usually if I do go out in the evening and spend a night somewhere, it's in the summer. So you know, that was kind of my entire reasoning for this shade, and also obviously because it corresponds with the pride flag. So yeah, we're gonna do this like pink purple crease. Actually, I haven't worn pinks in so long. Like, I think last time was genuinely for Valentine's, but otherwise I haven't really worn pinks, because usually when I do wear them like, I always realize that I actually like pinks. It's just not a color that I remember to reach for, because I don't really have that many pink palettes, but every single time there is a new pink palette, I'm just like, you don't really need it, you never really use it. It's just like, yeah, I don't use it because I don't really have it. It just never really shows up in my rotation, but it's not really the shade's fault. Just going back with the pink to just slightly like blend it out. I think I need a little bit more purple here because it's not even. But what I really love about Unearthly is how quick the blending is. Like, we've been here for 5 minutes with everything, and I'm nearly done with the crease. Now I'm just gonna use the darkest shade that I have here, which is this one. So this over here is kind of like a brownie one, I guess. And this one is called Horror, and it's also from the Night Terror palette, which I haven't actually had the time to play with all that much this year. Only like a couple times for my winter palette collection. So I'm just gonna like lightly, sorry, there's like this fluff here or something, I don't know. I'm just gonna lightly blend it in the outer part. Like, I don't really want to make this like deep bark brown. this is kind of like a, I guess it's a little bit more purpley brown, but I just want like the outer corner, which you won't really see much. It's gonna be covered with shimmer, but I just want there to be that depth and that lifting. And usually with these darker shades, I do kind of like lift my crease up a little bit. So now I'm gonna take my NYX glitter primer, if I have that. I'm running so low on this one. I don't know if you can actually see it, but I have to squeeze hard to get something out. So, and I've been using this for so long. I don't know since when do I have this bottle, but it's been in here for a while. So, and it's my, I think like third bottle of NYX glitter primer. And they usually last me like, I don't know, 7-8 months. And I do use them every single day, sometimes even twice a day if I film like a special video. Just like today, because I've already worn different look for work, because I had to go to work, like I had to leave this place at, what was it, 6:30, I think. And yeah, so there's no way that I would film a video, and I only have tomorrow to finish up the last 2 looks. And then I'm gonna be gone for like 2 days, and then the next day will be very hectic, and you know, like it's gonna be a lot. But I do wanna publish this video because then I have other things that I'm gonna be trying out, and I also wanna have time to like play with my Pendos eyeshadows, Pendos palettes and stuff like that. So, you know, and since I'm not actually like reviewing this, I already know all of these shades. I know they're great, I know they work. I just realized that you probably haven't really seen me in a ponytail, or, well, actually I have a clip, but like in this hairstyle in years. I used to wear it a lot when I was starting on YouTube, so Mr. Potato Head is right here. Now, what are we gonna do for shimmers? I wanna do the red. I kind of wanna like rip the band-aid off because I don't like red shimmers. So, you know, but I want to have a use on this, and I want an open love behind this. So this red, which is called Blood Moon, and it's from the All I Ever Wanted palette, again from Unearthly. I'm not gonna mention all the shades down below probably, but if you want to see all the shades, just go and watch the building of this palette, because, you know, it was really fun, and at least you're gonna understand the process of this and what we're kind of doing here. But yeah, I'm just gonna use this in the like second half of the lid. This one isn't too sparkly, like it's just kind of like a metallic shimmer shade. Definitely a little bit more like a standard shimmer. It still has a really nice quality to it. Like I do actually like the way it looks. It's just not something that will like blind you with the sparkle, even though there is like a glitter particle in my eye, or like a sparkle in my eye. It kind of hurts. Or maybe it's just like a eyelash, because that also happens a lot. I'm gonna use this shimmery shade, which I'm pretty sure is Autumn, from the Fall Magic, but let me actually check it. Yep, Autumn from Fall Magic. I just really like this shade, so I do actually remember the shade name. Some of them I do remember by heart because I've used them many times, and I also just really, really love them. I would sometimes use this as a face highlighter, or kind of like a sparkly blush and highlighter at once. So if you don't have time to put on both, like I would just use this and it would be done. So that's what's gonna be in the first half. And this is just such a sparkly shade, and it does have this like pink to peach to gold, which I just love this. So that's Autumn, and this one is very sparkly. Like you would not, or I think maybe you would expect this when you would see this shade in a pan, but it is just something that I was not expecting from Unearthly, and they delivered. They just delivered, they ate, and they were great. So that's for this. So we're just gonna like make the red a little bit sparklier, and then to make this kind of like a, you know, like summer night around, like outside around fire, I'm gonna use this yellow shimmer, which I think is unusual from All I Ever Wanted. Yep, that's exactly what it is. And we're gonna use this in the inner part of the lid, in the inner corner. And I'm gonna like slightly blend it into the lid. And I'm just gonna go back to the shade Moody, which is that matte purple. And I'm gonna kind of re-intensify the outer corner because I really want the purple to like still show up. Because I do really want to make this more like a yellow and purple look with that pop of red. Okay, and now I'm gonna also use the shade Moody on the lower lash line. By the way, for these like outer parts and lower lash line, I'm using the Cinch EO5, which is a great brush. If you want more like a specific and like very pigmented lower lash line, maybe use more like a pencil brush. But if you want it more diffused, sorry, maybe I'm kind of in a way, I would definitely recommend these like super small blending brushes. They're just absolutely wonderful. And yeah, this just looks like a fun summer night around the fire, which I don't go to that often, but once in a while, you know, even I can have fun. I'm not very good at it, but you know, once in a while. I think I'm gonna put a little bit of that red again, just like over here, a little bit. Okay, and maybe, am I gonna, yeah, I'm also gonna use this kind of whitish blue shimmer over here. I don't know how well you can see that, but this one is from the Spring Magic palette. I think it's Clouds. Yep. See, I know my palettes, even though I have almost 70 of them, but I still know them. So this one, I'm gonna pick it up on a brush and I'm gonna put it over here to make it slightly like sparkly, but I still want that purple to peek through. So to finish up this look, I obviously need my yellow waterliner because, you know, that's what I'm known for. I have so little of this product, and this is my second yellow like eye pencil. I've completely used up the Uden's eye one, and now I'm nearly done with this one. Like I feel like for 10 other like waterline pencils, I need one yellow one because it's just insane. Then on my lashes, I have the L'Oreal Panorama mascara. I have the Maybelline Superstay Concealer in the shade 10. I have this Essence 8 Hour Matte Comfort Lip Liner in the shade The Perfect Shade. And this Uden's Eye and Angelica lipstick. Lipstick. This one is from the Halloween bundle. And this one is called Shadow Creature. It's the matte red one. As a blush, I have my Depotted shades from my Christmas palettes from Uden's Eye. So I mixed the shade Gingerbread from Merry Christmas and the shade Ice Crystal from Christmas Eve to create this pretty warm cheeks. And then as a highlighter, I've actually used my palette crush of the month, which is the DD Signature Chromebook Volume 2. And I've used the shade Fierce as a face highlighter. It's this beautiful pinky shade that I just love so much. And yeah, I think that's everything that I've used. So let me know what you think about this look. I think it's a wonderful look, and it's very like summer nights type of look. I think obviously you can have your own opinion. And this kind of brings me back because when I bought the Summer BYOP palette by Udens Eye, it was summer of like what, 2 years ago. I would wear looks like these all the time. Like it was the end of summer, or like it was August. And I would always wear eyeshadows like this, and I used to just love that and constantly wear that. So yeah, this really brings me back. This is like a very nostalgic, and with the haircut that is very me like 2 years ago because I had very short hair. Yeah, that really brings me back. It's just insane. So that's for this look, and see you tomorrow with another one. Hey guys, so here's the second look with my Summer BYOP. So this is how it looks like. And today I just used this white one, which I think is Full Moon. Let me actually see, but I believe it is. Yeah, it's Full Moon. Then I have this blue, which is from the Nightmare palette, and it's called Nightmare. And those are the only eyeshadows that I have on, so like only these two mattes. I obviously used my Wet n Wild Mega Last Eyeshadow Primer. I also have this NYX glitter primer, and with the glitter primer I've used this shimmery blue, which is called Angel, and it's from the All I Ever Wanted palette, and then this one, which is called Starlight, and it's also from the All I Ever Wanted palette. So these two are just absolutely beautiful. I have my Essence All Eyes on Me mascara. Then I wanted like a yellow waterline, but not too vibrant, not anything crazy. So I have this Spectral Paints yellow pencil from Glisten, and this one is a little bit more softer, and I feel like it works with this very like soft pastel-y look. Then I have this Maybelline Super Stay Concealer. I have oh, I forgot to mention brows. So I have my Softly shade, this Franken shade from the Christmas Eve palette by Udens Eye, and I'm using this Super Lock brow gel from Maybelline. Then as a blush I mixed these two shades, so it's the shade Gingerbread from Merry Christmas and Ice Crystal from the Christmas Eve palette, and these are both from Odin's Eye, and they're depotted eyeshadows from palettes that I'm trying to use up this year. And then as a face highlighter, I've used my Beauty Bay Mini Charms palette, and I've used the shade Blue Dough, and I was actually able to create a pan on it, so that's like pretty exciting. Oh, and I forgot to mention my inner corner highlight. I'm actually using this Summer BYOP palette by Odin's Eye because it's one of those palettes that I'm working on, and I've used the shade Starry Sky because I've noticed like 2 days ago that it was so close to pan, or it looked like it has to be close to pan based on the dip. So I actually used it today in the inner corner, and I was also able to create a pan. So yeah, this is kind of how it looks like. And I mean, this eye look is just so pretty. Ever since I made this palette, I just needed to do a look like that because these shades immediately called to me, and I just felt so inspired to use that color story. So yeah, and then technically we only haven't used, well, this and these two shades, so I'm gonna do something with it hopefully soon. I know that you're seeing it in the same video, but yeah, I hope I'm gonna do it soon so that I remember all the pointers I wanted to give for the final outro. But yeah, that's the look, and now let's get into the last one. Hi guys, so here's my last look with my Summer BYOP, and today I just kind of did like a pretty basic color story, but I think a little bit more interesting shape of an eye look. And I was actually inspired by Kimchi Chic, because recently I saw her in a video with Trixie, and this was kind of like similar look. So yeah, I just got inspired. I'm using the Wet n Wild Magdala's eyeshadow primer. And then I have, as the mentioned, I have the shade Spice, which is from the Fall Magic palette by Unearthly. Then I have this vibrant green, which is called Herbalist, and it's from the Spring Magic palette. And then I've used my Spectra paints from Glisten. This one is a white base. I have that as like a cut crease. And then I used this white matte shade, which is called Full Moon, also from the Spring Magic palette. And then I used my NYX glitter primer, and I have this shade which is called Sprout, also from the Spring Magic, and the shade Dragonfly in the center, also from the Spring Magic. In the inner corner I have this shade called Clouds, and then I have a white gel liner. This one is from Salmon collection from Odense, and it's number 11. I have my Panorama mascara from L'Oreal. I have the Glisten and Lindt palette, like liner palette, and I'm using the shade I Don't Think So for this lower kind of liner. Then I have, I don't know where I've put it, but I have the Super Stay Concealer under my eyes as a blush. I've mixed my two deep potted shades from Odense. This one is called Ice Crystal from the Christmas Eve palette, and this one is called Gingerbread from the Merry Christmas palette. And I mixed those two to get like a peachy blush. And then as a highlighter, I'm using my Beauty Bay Mini Charms palette, and I'm using the shade Pluto, which is this goldy one right here. So that's everything that I'm wearing on my face today. And when it comes to this color story, I really like it. I love all the looks that I've created, especially the second one, like the bluey one. That's my favorite, but I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this. I want to use this first six pan as well for a look. I'm kind of intrigued by this last six pan as well. I definitely want to use this quad here. Also this quad over here, like that's also really pretty. There's so many different color stories that I would really like to try, so I'm definitely gonna slowly showcase them on my Instagram as like a daily get ready with me throughout the summer. And I would be happy if I would be able to hit a couple pans in this palette as well, because you know my unearthly shades are not as well used. I would definitely want to get more uses out of them. So that's for this beautiful palette. Obviously I love all of these shades and the quality, because I love Unearthly's formula. It's very everyday, easy to use, but really beautiful formula. The sparkles are sparkling, the mattes are incredible. The matte white is my favorite of all of my Unearthly shades, because it's just so white and so gorgeous. And I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this color story. So this is kind of the look up close, and I just love it. I love mixing white liner with green looks. It just always makes me happy. So that's everything for today's video. Let me know what you thought about these looks, and let me know what you think about this color story. If you want to see how I've built this, I will link the original video down below. And with that being said, just have a wonderful day, and I'll be super happy to see you tomorrow with a brand new video. So bye.